Hello and welcome to the first episode of the Sports Zone, where we talk about where fans and sports fans alike, and also we'll be discussing about the March Madness tournament and welcome to the first episode of the Sports Zone, where my fellow guest and I discuss about sports. Tonight's special guest here is Alex Duvall, Plattsburgh State's men's hockey team manager and great sports fan.
All right. Thank you so much, Jonah. I'm really glad that you've brought me onto the show and just talk about sports, just one-on-one and make sure that we have everything ready to go and get ready for this year's March Madness.
Yeah, get ready for this March Madness this year. And also, sports are a fun athletic activity for everyone's skill level. Most make it to the NBA, but most make it out somewhere. Tonight's episode will be covering the recent sports world in college and sometimes the NBA. Alrighty. So let's go with our sports. We're starting with the March Madness.
Yeah, and really the one thing that always everybody focuses on are trying to get the perfect bracket, trying to get the right teams at the right times to fall, the Cinderella stories making their names, and get that one shining moment. Last year, I had NC State making the Final Four, which they did. I had UConn winning the national championship, which honestly, almost everybody that I talked to had UConn winning the national title. And more importantly, trying to find that next team that has that quote-unquote Cinderella story or just making a run deep into the tournament. And that team that I have this year is St. John's. Rick Pitino can coach any basketball team that he has. I just got a couple notes here, just all the teams that he's coached for his entire career. I'm going to turn back the clock about 40 years from the 86-87 Providence basketball team that he coached. 25-9 and made the Final Four. 1990-91, he took over the helm at Kentucky. 22-6, but unfortunately his team was tournament ineligible. But the following year, he went 29-7 and made the Elite Eight. We go to 2002 and 2003 season. He takes over at Louisville. 25-7, makes the round of 32. 2021 and 22 season, takes over at Iona, went 25-8, and made the NIT first round. And this year, second year head coach Rick Pitino has his St. John's team at a 26-4 record and just claimed the regular season championship over Seton Hall. And I think I've said enough that Rick Pitino and St. John's are going to make things happen. He's bringing back the old school style 90s Big East basketball, and St. John's is back. I really do think St. John's is back.
Yeah, that's a great for St. John's there. Well, for my sleeper I have got here is McNeese Cowboys, McNeese State. Yes. McNeese seems like a very underdog there. You don't really see McNeese State in your brackets as long as ever. As of right now for this, they are first in their South divisions. As of right now for McNeese, also the viral thing on TikTok, their student manager did. Hopefully I might have to show that there, but no. But yeah, for these brackets, I'm thinking hopefully they're first in their conference division. They would be able to make it towards their brackets and see to fill it out. Maybe some people will be like, oh, just McNeese State. It's just a small D1 or whatever division, and see what bracket they go to. Hopefully, they're going to have a good underdog trying to get to either the Sweet 16, make it to the Sweet 16 or the Elite 8, maybe probably further, because there was other couple teams that made to the Final Four or the Sweet 8 or the Sweet 16 moments before.
And I had McNeese State in my bracket last year, and unfortunately, they didn't really make it too far.
Yeah.
But hopefully that turns around for this year's March Madness tournament. And everyone tries to, get that Cinderella team and whatnot, but we're really looking for who's going to win it all. And I've got two teams that are in mind. One is being Auburn. To put it simply, they're an absolute machine. they're honestly one of, if not the best teams in the country right now in the SEC. And hopefully they don't have a first round like they did last year for that SEC conference. Last season, in the first round alone, Oakland beat 3-seeded Kentucky. Yale beat 4-seeded Auburn. Michigan State beat 8-seeded Mississippi State. Colorado beat 7-seed Florida. And Oregon beat 6-seed South Carolina. So hopefully for those SEC schools in Auburn, that it's going to be a little bit more of a more successful season for those SEC teams.
Yeah, the SEC teams has been going very dominant from this point around. I'll also be thinking about what my national championship is going to be, and then we'll discuss the national championship of ours. Mine is going to probably be either UConn or probably Duke. UConn has a great stuff. They had been championships, I think last year or the year before, if I have to look that up. But yeah, it's UConn has been the team that I try to fill out for the national championship for about a couple of, because seeing their season being as good as that stuff and all that. And for Duke, yeah, obviously Cooper Flagg. You seen how Cooper Flagg plays in their entire roster? Their entire roster is with tall players, huge, like an average, like about 6'7" or 6'8" from that point. And Duke might have the run back since when Zion Williamson came into the game in 2019, and the team had been improving since the 6 or 5 years from Duke. Alex, anything for what your national championship is going to be looking like?
Yeah, and I'm really glad that you mentioned Duke because they were my number 2 team
Ooh.
for being a possible national title contender. And you just said it probably as best as anyone could. It's the Cooper Flagg show, right? And there's really no other way to put it. He's been the heart and soul of the team. He's bringing this team to a whole new level. That's it, man. That's all she wrote. It's simple. It's the Cooper Flagg show. Duke's going to be a great team, and they're playing like they're the best team in the country right now.
Yep. And yeah, and that has been going great as of right now. But also, guys, March Madness is coming soon. It is time for you guys, yes, you and the YouTube, to make sure to fill out your brackets. It's just free of charge there for your brackets there. It's free of charge. You don't have to, unless, no, I'm joking. It's just free. It's always free. Just you gotta think who's this championship. If you get everything right, you win prizes, I guess. You win like a lot of stuff. I've seen like people win like lots of money filling these brackets out and all that kinds of stuff. Or some of them just close by a Final Four matchup. Also with the March, but make sure you fill out your brackets, or they're in good place. So yep, hopefully I'll try to fill mine this year. I have not filled in time, but I'm gonna hopefully get in time, try to fill out my brackets for the first time. But yep, we're gonna be taking this segment and going to commercial break. Once we come back, we'll be talking about the NBA.
Hello. So this is the Bergen Zone. So what we do is we go around to New York State and hit Vermont sometimes if they have a Vermont game. We go travel around the New York places to cheer on our Cardinals. They think we are cheerleaders. No, we are a supportive fan base that goes around to all the away games to cheer them on. And what I am a social media PR for Red Zone, aka Berkey Zone. What I do is I go to the home games. Hopefully, possibly, we can go to the away games soon, later this fall semester. And there can be lots of stuff, and we are a student section zone. So come on down to the Berkey Zone, and we'll see if we can support our team.
All right, welcome back from commercial break. Now let's talk about the NBA. Before we talk about that, hit that subscribe button and hit that bell notifications on PSTV, and make sure to hit that bell for notifications to go when we go live or either upload a new PSTV episode video. Alrighty, now let's talk about the NBA. Well, the NBA has been going wild since the trade deadline, it might seem, right? Give us a little shock reactions, and the whole entire city of Dallas just went to almost about riots.
Yeah, and just seeing a lot of videos on X and YouTube and everything.
Yeah.
Just seeing the amount of people outside of Dallas's arena is really just unbelievable.
It is.
I'm still in shock about that trade.
Wow. Yeah. I'm recovering from that shock right there. It's just very, very shocking for everything. I was like, it's like everyone be talking about, oh my God, this is the biggest trade since, like, if it's even the biggest trade, like, this is the third one since, like, let's say about 40 years ago, like either like years ago, that from Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and from all of the other points that they have traded for big trades, and they have won either championships. This might be the team that is going there to see the Luka trade. So the Luka trade we had is that the Lakers got Luka Doncic and some other players, and then the Lakers just trade away their value center. Anthony Davis, well, he's injury prone. He's just like sticks and stones. He's like glass. If he just jump down and just whatever, he just out for whatever, how long. Also another player that is okay, and a pick. Wow, some shopping there.
Yeah.
But yeah. So from the recapping that trade, some recapping. All right, from recapping that NBA trade, the obvious winner is the Lakers. Congratulations, Lakers fans, you finally got there, but unfortunately, you're without a center. Probably they got Jackson Hayes, but Jackson Hayes has been doing pretty all right.
He's been doing all right for the Lakers.
He's doing all right for the Lakers. That's so far. Like, taking the new starting spot from there.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Mark Williams, failed his physical. Not sure why, but I think he's just talking about, the Lakers just make me fail it.
Yep.
Well,
and talking about shocking trades too, just running down the list of like between the NFL, the NHL, the NBA, just going through all of the trades, I don't think anything comes close to this Luka trade. I think probably the second would be when KD got traded to the Warriors.
Oh, yeah.
I remember I was just sitting, I think it was over the summer, and just seeing the news roll across the screen on ESPN just saying that KD was going to the Warriors was unbelievable.
Yeah. And they ended up winning 3 championships.
Yep.
3 of them. 3 championships with them, and then he departed somewhere else to Brooklyn. I was trying to catch my first NBA game in Brooklyn, but unfortunately he got injured, and he played against the Celtics, so that's why I kind of went out there. Any for that most of such. Alrighty, for the NBA, so the Lakers won. Congratulations. All right. Now let's go with the LeBron. LeBron James. Most say he's been in talks with GOAT trading. Who's better, LeBron or MJ? We already know the clear answer from there is mostly people. The old heads gonna go in the comments like, why not MJ? Okay, he has. I know Michael Jordan has more rings, but still, every other stat that you can think of or talk about, LeBron took over mostly anything that you can imagine. Points per game. Oh my God, the points per game started averaging a little high for LeBron. Father Time is not with LeBron. Literally, Father Time is defeated. Father Time only got MJ because he was just smoking and just doing some gambling. He had so much gambling problems that hopefully he did not go into debt. Probably he did. Maybe. No, he did not. He's the owner of the Charlotte Hornets. But yes, as of right now, you're thinking about that right now is, So, what do you think about, hopefully, I'm not sure if it's going to be tonight's game or that, what will ever happen for, LeBron's trade? Not LeBron's trade, but LeBron's points. Sorry.
That's all right. I think it's safe to say that he's going to get a singular point in an NBA game. He's been doing it for over 20 years.
Yep.
It's going to happen. Mm-hmm. Everybody in the arena knows it's going to happen. It's going to be a really cool event because he's in his own world right now.
Yes.
There's nobody else that has made that 50,000 point mark in NBA history. Nobody's ever done it. So being able to witness that in person and probably never going to get a chance to see someone else reach 50,000 points is just unbelievable. Like, we've both witnessed a lot of great things that have happened over the past couple of years.
Yep.
A quarterback winning 6 or 7 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
an NBA player reaching a 50,000 point mark, which is just unheard of.
Mm-hmm.
Teams going for a dynasty with 3 championships in a row.
Wow.
Everything you can imagine. There's not much else you can think of that other generations have ever seen. The Cubs in 2016 won a World Series for the first time in over 100 years. There's about 4 or 5 generations that never saw Cubs win a World Series, but we are fortunate enough to see that.
Mm-hmm. Yep, as from the curses from the MLB and all that kinds of stuff, it's been from that, from like teaching from generation, passed down from generation to generation. Achievements can be unheard of, but they can also be achieved from that point. Alrighty, that's for the LeBron, and we're gonna be talking about we'll be talking about the power rankings. We're gonna do all 32 teams in the power rankings to see what they need to do. Either the series of they're good in the play, they're going about to be in the playoffs easy, play-in or something else, and then the last one is just tank for a first round pick, probably Cooper Flag.
I think it's safe to say that Cooper Flag is going to be going within the top 3 at least if he decides to go and declare for the NBA draft.
Yeah, top 3 on the pick. So like literally the bottom teams are there. Let's go first with the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm still shocked, like without LeBron, like when LeBron was there 2016, then we saw the little like playoff on that kinds of stuff. We've seen a lot of stuff there from this, and now LeBron gone to the Lakers in like 2019, 2020. Now we've seen the Cleveland Cavaliers. Just wow, making me speechless because they're now 48-10 as of right now this season. And the Cleveland Cavaliers, what they have to do now is to retain that first seed from there. Just keep balling, keep what you're doing. They got some great players, Spida Mitchell. They got like very tall guys there and lots of good stuff. All right. And just trailing right behind is the Oklahoma City Thunder. Thunder doing really good on that point. Yep, as of right now, the best 2 teams on there as of going great. All right, so I think going from that list, Thunder, keep balling until the first seed, right?
Yeah, I think it's very simple to say that. I mean, the Thunder are 6-2 in games that they've played between the top 5 teams in the West, and they are now set to face the Rockets, the Grizzlies, and the Nuggets this upcoming week. And they have just one rest disadvantage game remaining on their schedule, and it's Monday against Houston.
Yep.
So down the stretch, if they make a deep run into the playoffs, they have a pretty good advantage against those top teams in the West.
Yep. And now might be touching the East a little bit. Yep, Boston Celtics at the 3rd as of right now. Boston Celtics has been doing okay recently, but still with the surprising game, the Cavaliers and the Celtics game that happened a couple days ago. That first half when they draining threes all around, and then after that it was like 26-3. Cavaliers called timeouts, and after about quarters later, comeback. It's just like witnessing Tom Brady coming back at the Atlanta Falcons. Yeah, that game. That I'm gonna remind you. I know we're getting old. I'm sorry, but yes, that's what it felt like from that NBA game. It felt like the Super Bowl from there, the Super Bowl game from there, Brady down, and then they said, let's lock in, and then boom, they got the championship, and they didn't. It's not for a championship game; it was a regular game. I was like, wow, they came back from a 26-3 deficit there.
And I mean, basketball is always about momentum swings and just making sure that nothing goes one way or another. Because that's all the NBA is now, is just chucking up threes. Like, there's even been discussion that they're going to be moving back the 3-point line, right?
Yeah, either adding a 4-point line there. That is what is going on there. Either they're going to add a 4-point line, or they're going to move back the 3-point line, probably near where the half court is. Because you know how Stephen Curry is. He drains that.
That's pretty deep for a 3-point ball. Just trying to.
It is me trying to compare the NBA 3-point line to the athletic gym. Yeah, nothing were close. They don't even line that there, but I found the ways there. Also, now we're gonna be going a little quick from there. Denver Nuggets, number 4. They won. They're on a hot streak right now. As of right now, with that, Nikola Jokic still playing his best with Russell Westbrook, Aaron Gordon, and all that kinds of stuff, and all the players. Very good overall from them. Yeah. All right. Mostly with the Memphis Grizzlies at 5. Yeah. Oh wait, forgot. The Denver Nuggets. I'm gonna say they're in the green zone. They're in just keep playing until you're there. But depending on the momentum switch, anything can change. Don't count out anyone yet for the teams. All right.
And the Nuggets have always alternated wins and losses so far this year. And so just between the wins and the losses and the wins and losses they've had since the All-Star break, they're looking a little shaky right now, but I mean, it's a long time away from the playoffs. So they continue to play Nuggets ball, they'll be fine the rest of the way this season.
All righty there. As we're going to go to number 5, the Memphis Grizzlies. They have been doing okay. They have been losing a couple. They've been losing a couple there, Memphis Grizzlies. You know how John Morant. Yeah, it's been pretty good stuff there for the Grizzlies. Just John Morant and mostly his other big men are completing the job already as much there.
And within the last 5 games that the Grizzlies have played so far this season, they've played it within 5 points in the last 5 minutes of the game, which the last 3 all have went down to the final possession. So in terms of clutch defense,
yes,
the Grizzlies are good.
The Grizzlies are good.
They're pretty good. So again, if they were to play the defense like that and hold the lead, that's what wins games, most importantly. That's right there is what's going to win games for the Memphis Grizzlies. No matter what the score is, no matter how good or bad they've played offensively, they're going to find a way to win. And that's what's most important. Locking it down on defense, bearing down, and just getting the win. Because that's what matters most.
Alrighty, that is great right there. As we're going to go for the more of this, the New York Knicks, also the most greatest team in the East Conference. The New York Knicks, my grandfather is a New York Knicks fan. Been doing great as of so far. Knicks has just been doing that. The big bodega himself, just been on a good game, like averaging double doubles per game, with a lot of more points from there. Averaging a double double. He had mostly a good time at the time. Always he's getting like every time he gets to the ball, everyone is just attacking him on point. But it's been very good since the Minneapolis. Oh, what was that? The Timberwolves. Yes, there we go. That's what I'm thinking of. The Timberwolves. There we go. So that's mostly that.
Yep. And it's the same thing.
Yep. 32. So we're just gonna do our top 10 power rankings. So now we're to the Lakers, the Los Angeles Lakers. As of right now, improving the power rankings after that Luka trade.
Yeah. I think it's safe to say that the Lakers have landed themselves a very good piece for their team. I don't know how they pulled off that trade and how the Dallas' owner was willing to give up their star guy in the middle of the season and possibly making a run in the playoffs.
Yeah, that is just very, you know how they're going to be there. Lots of fans were, speculating, even the Lakers fan was saying thank you for the owner when the owner was in attendance. He was in attendance on that Lakers game. And the Lakers fan were letting them hear what they're hearing as of right now. And, yeah, that has been going as of right now. And hopefully Nico will probably get fired after the season.
Maybe. We'll see about
that. See about that one. Let's go to number 8, the Houston Rockets. Going for a good sleeper team right there. The Houston Rockets are a great sleeper there. They have been very clutch recently. Probably just last-minute defense and all that kinds of stuff. Yeah, with the Houston Rockets are doing pretty good. The next games are going to be for their trying to face OKC today. They face OKC today and Indiana tomorrow. What do you think about the Rockets?
It was not a good look for them before the All-Star break. It was a well-needed All-Star break. They dropped 7 out of their last 9 games going into the All-Star break. Wow. So it's safe to say that they needed this, right? Just a refresher, get ready to go for the second half of the season, and try to make something happen.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and great on the break overall with the Rockets, taking their sweet time just to relax, recover, and just practice on and on. All right, going to number 9, Pacers. Okay, as of right now, the Pacers has gone to the 10th ranking, The Pacers has gone to the 10th ranking, and now they are up to the top 9, improving their record, now 32-24. Pacers have been trying to been doing good with all that kind of stuff. A little mediocre, but it's been the season for the Pacers doing all right. Same as like probably the other thing we just last talked about.
Yes. And it's safe to say that the Pacers are really on the cusp in the East. They've got a really decisive matchup between the Bucks really soon, as on March 11th and the 15th. That could decide which team ultimately gets to start the series at home, because you never know what's going to happen in the playoffs.
Yep.
Because home court advantage in any sport is a very big thing to have.
Agreeable there. Home court advantages are always a staple of every team's wants and needs there. Just having home court advantage so you don't have to travel to hear other fans out there. They're probably very ruthless out there. And also now we're going to be talking about our last bit before we wrap this up is the Milwaukee Bucks. Yes, Giannis has been doing okay as of right now, but still getting dunked on more. Getting still more dunked on, but the Greek Freak has been trying to improve his stuff as of right now. Playing like a little bit of like small, like a little. He's still cooking. He's still cooking, but as of right now, just don't count out Giannis for that point. As of right now, their previous ranking was 12th, but now they're on the discussion of the top 10. How about them Bucks? So as of right now, 3-point shooting actually improved, right?
Yes, it totally has, and again, the same thing. It's a very decisive series between the Pacers and the Bucks is this upcoming next week, and really just they got to win this series to really try to make something happen here in the East Conference.
Yep, as we just meant, it's just the top 10. Unfortunately, we could have went more further, but unfortunately, we have the time that we have. Tune in next time where for the next episode, we'll be discussing the NHL about Ovechkin's Ovi's breaking Gretzky's score record, and also the recapping of the Four Nations. This has been a great first episode for everyone. Also make sure to remind you again, subscribe to PSTV, Plattsburgh State Television, to keep you updated. Hit that bell notification. And always, thank you for Alex for coming here tonight and talking with me one-on-one about sports. Hopefully, we'll be here again, hopefully, and some other day we're talking about NHL, a more easier sport.
All right. Thanks, Jonah, for having me on.
Anytime. See you later.